Great to have you, Gilbert. Good morning.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It was an extraordinary moment, just an incredible meeting today.
Tell me what was extraordinary.
Sure. First of all, we are at a critical time in history. It's an extraordinary time in history. Everything that's happening around us, everything that's happening in the civil rights movement, the SEC has the exact right tone at the top with Chairman Clayton, some of the other senior staff like Dahlia Blas and others. And that is why they've given us this platform through the AMAC committee. And the key is, if you look at the data, and we've got to be data driven here, there's 70 trillion assets out there in the universe to be managed. Diverse firms, women and minority owned firms, only manage approximately 1% of those assets, and it's been a constant number for well over a decade. And all the other studies, things that have been done by the Knight Foundation, other very credible organizations, Diverse Asset Manager Initiative, have proven and shown that diverse firms and women and minority-owned firms have the same bell curve as all the other just general firms, but there are some in the middle of the pack, and some higher, some are lower. So we're right in the middle of the pack, just like everybody else. But more importantly, if you look at the top decile, we are overrepresented in the top decile. So there must be something going on.
So how do you define what the issue is here? Is it that there are too few of the minority-owned firms? Is it that they should be getting deals that they aren't getting for various reasons? What?
Sure. There's no doubt there is either unconscious bias or clear bias. And at the end of the day, we want to focus on the positive than the negative. But there is no doubt the concentration of decision-making and the concentration of wealth makes it very easy to just continue to hire the same people. So it's very difficult to get in. If you look at the consultant community, of course, which advises many of the pension plans and so forth in the country, if you look at the largest 100, they make up about 35 trillion. Well, the largest 10 have 80% market share. It's even worse if you just look at something like domestic fixed income, where just the largest 3 or 4% have about 80% market share. So you can already see this closed system. And I believe that if they're not looking under every rock, they're leaving alpha on the table.
Hey, Gilbert, it's Deirdre Bozick here. Wanted to get your take on this move that California lawmakers are considering, requiring diversity on company boards. My colleague Aditi Roy is covering this today. Do you think that this could be an effective move, and could be implemented more widely?
Yeah, there is no doubt that there are things happening. This is a magical moment in time. And if you look in California, not only are they making movements there, the SEC is giving guidance in that regard. I think it's a wonderful first step. And I think with the SEC's guidance, I think with California, the whole country will move that way. You've got to start at the top. If you crack open some of the top ones, everybody else follows. Of course, the other initiative is the repeal of Prop 209, which I think is Prop 16. I think that has had inadvertent negative consequences. I think people realize we need to undo it. Because if you look at what's happening in society, the biggest problem is the great wealth inequality. It leads to unequal access to education, unequal access to health care, unequal access to the American dream. So that needs to be the focus, or we're going to be in the same place talking about these same issues when my son is here 30 years from now.